Ready? All right, man. Jerry Grant hit that buzzer beater at the end of the fourth quarter for the game win. With games like this, how does that boost the team's confidence going forward?
I think obviously any win is great for our guys. Our guys work very hard. It's always a unique situation when you get a couple of the Chicago Bulls players. Obviously getting those three guys tonight is a big boost for us, but it leads to some weird situations and challenges. So any way you can kind of piece it all together and find a way to get out a win is great. Obviously we were in trouble, especially in that third going into the fourth quarter. They made some plays. I liked how R.J. Hunter and Aaron Thomas, they made some good plays in the fourth quarter. And then down the stretch, we found a way to get some stops and make some plays, and obviously it ended with a huge shot by Jared.
And you've had a pretty hectic situation with your starting lineup. Spencer Dinwiddie, we just saw him a few days ago getting signed with the Brooklyn Nets. Jerry Grant, Paul Zippler, and R.J. Hunter, they go up and down with the Chicago Bulls. Does that really kind of cause a confusion for you with setting the lineup and scouting the other teams?
I think as much as anything, you just control what you can control. You hit on us losing Spencer, but I mean that's what we're all about, is trying to get guys called up to the NBA. So Spencer getting that call up to the Brooklyn Nets is awesome. We couldn't be happier for him. Now, selfishly, he's been our glue guy. He's been, anytime we've got any of our assignment guys from the Bulls, he's kind of been that good bridge from our Chicago Bulls players, but then also with our Windy City Bulls players. He just has been a calming influence in a lot of ways. He knows our offense better than anybody, and he's just played great in the 9 games that we had him. But like I said, that's what it's all about. Other guys are going to have to step up. We go tomorrow. We have back-to-back. We're in Greensboro tomorrow, and we won't have Zipser or Jaron, but we'll have RJ with us, and we'll just find a way to compete for 48 minutes and see where the chips fall.
Stepping away from this season for a second, last season you were with the Chicago Bulls as one of the assistants. How did Fred Hoiberg, and you've had a really long career with Fred Hoiberg, you were assistant to him in Iowa State. How has Fred Hoiberg shaped you into the coach and teacher that you are today?
Well, I mean, I've been with Fred the last 3 years. This is the first year I technically haven't been right at his side, but the last 3 years have been awesome for myself. I came up, I was coaching for 6 years at Southern Miss, and I was with a coach there, Larry Eustachiou, I think was a very good coach. He taught me a lot of the defensive principles I have today. But Coach Hoiberg, everybody before I really met him said he's a great guy, and I had met him a few times through some mutual friends. But when I actually got a chance to work for him, he was thousands of times better than I could have ever imagined. He treated my family well, he treated my wife well, he treated me well. And no matter what the title was or whatever I was with him on his staff, he always made me feel very important. And I just soaked up everything that he did, whether it was his relationships with players, other coaches, and just his experience with the game. I just tried to be a sponge and tried to help him as much as I could, and now I just get a chance to kind of carry out his vision. And I think it's a good transition for our guys like these three tonight. We only had a shoot around with them for a half an hour, and we could essentially plug them in, and they know 90% of our playbook, and they're able to come and get meaningful minutes. And Fred has helped me out so much throughout my career, but if this is a way that I can now help him get some of these guys that are in a different role, get them some minutes, then it's just great for everybody.
And then you were named as the inaugural season this season. You were named as the first head coach all time in the Windy City Bulls history. And how easy, when you got that call, how easy of a decision was that for you?
I think the biggest thing is I knew that the Windy City Bulls were starting up this year, but I was so ingrained with helping out Coach Hoiberg and the Chicago Bulls that I didn't put much thought into it. When the front office approached me with the idea, it was something that obviously, personally, I was excited about, but I wanted to make sure that obviously Coach Loenser was good with it. I never thought I'd be working with the Chicago Bulls. It was a franchise I grew up loving as a kid. My dad was a Bulls fan, so getting the opportunity to be with the Bulls last year was obviously a great thrill for me. Working with Coach Loenser is a great thrill, but to personally get a chance to lead my own team and help the Chicago Bulls in a different capacity by being a D-League coach has just been a big blessing for myself and my family.
You got to tell me, man, why you, out of all those assistant coaches on the Bulls, why they pick you to be the head coach over here?
It's a great question. I don't know, but I'm a firm believer that you make the most out of whatever your opportunity is,
Yeah.
whatever job you're in. You make the most out of that situation. And it doesn't matter what your title is, what you're doing. If you give your all for that position, then other doors open. And this was a situation I wasn't necessarily looking for. I wasn't reaching out for, and I was just fortunate enough that there was a match. There was something that they needed, and I filled that void for them. And I just think that it wasn't so much that I got the job when it opened or they asked. I just think by working hard and doing things hopefully the right way, that led to this opportunity.
And then today you got an amazing win. Going into the confidence going into Greensboro. Where's it at?
Well, the biggest thing is we've had it's been kind of a hectic 24 hours. I think in the D-League, every game is kind of an adventure. Just you don't know what your roster is going to look like and things like that. But losing Spencer yesterday afternoon, obviously it's such an emotional thing. You're super excited for him, but then you have to hit reality of like, what are we going to do to replace him? Then you get 3 guys that played in a game last night. You try and incorporate them in. And you're playing against a team in Canton that was playing with a ton of confidence. They had a great home win 2 nights ago against Texas Legends, a team that we couldn't beat on our home court. So we knew that they were coming in with a lot of confidence. And, it was choppy. I don't think we played our best basketball tonight, but when you're playing against a team that's trying to beat you as well, you just got to kind of grind it out and figure out a way to do it. And we were able to make some plays down the stretch, and I couldn't be prouder for our guys.
Thanks so much, man. You deserve this one today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.